Guys, turning $5 to $500 is not something easy as I did expect. We are in the second week, but things have been up and down, right? So you find that we win, we lose, we win, we lose, guys. And remember, I'm not a scalper, so I believe the easiest way and the fastest way for me to turn this $5 into $500 will require me to scalp. But then remember, this amount is quite tiny, so I might be stopped out and then maybe probably blow account. That's why I'm still sticking to my swing strategy, right? So I do risk the least amount possible, but targeting the highest. For example, I have Aussie Swiss franc. I did take that trade 2 weeks ago, and then yesterday it did take profit 426 pips, all right, which was amazing. Remember, if I did scalp, I don't know, probably I would have blown that account, right? So I'm just trying to use the least amount of risk, that is 0.01, okay? 0.01, then 426 pips, that should be $42, all right? So $42, of course, last week we were up $15, right? So 42 plus 15, so we are still playing nicely, but then we did take some losses. We can't say that everything was smooth. We did take some losses, and now we are still in the recovering phase, okay? So in this video, I'm just going to show you and break down everything and every trade that I did take, and also documented my entry positions, what I saw before and after, all right? So stick around, gang. All right, gang, so I'm talking about Aussie Swiss franc. Looking at the daily, you know my rule: 1 2 3 we execute, 1 2 3 we execute. So this is what I'm talking about: 1 2 3. Just a minute, let me just draw this. Okay, 1 2 3 execute. I'm talking about this zone over here: first touch, second touch, execute. So we had that first touch, second touch, execute the third touch, all right? So seeing that Aussie Swiss franc was approaching our third touch, this is the zone. Let me just do this over here, all right? So before this movement to the down, price was approaching our resistance, okay? So I did identify that, then now went back to the H4, okay? Then now at the H4, I did try to understand what was happening, why this push to the upper side, okay? So with that, I had in mind that this was some sort of a correction phase, okay? So this was some sort of a correction because price is moving in a series of a lower low and lower high. So we have this as a series lower low over here, lower high, lower low. Now this is a lower high. So after a lower high, of course, we expect price to give us that lower low, okay? Or rather, let me just say an impulse move over here, correction, impulse, correction, and now impulse move, okay? So let's continue. So with that, I had to go to the 1 hour and start looking for breakout. Start looking for breakout signals, okay? So right over here, the reason why I was looking for a breakout is this. Look at this. At the H1, we have this correction, which is still an uptrend, okay? So with that, I just did a price as usual to break out of this uptrend, to just confirm that the uptrend is done, and now we are in a downtrend, okay? Look at this. The now price did that. Price broke, of course. You can see that price broke. This is what I'm talking about. Price did this. The moment I saw that happening, I now started looking for my entry position, okay? Of course, I started anticipating for a pullback, so I just had to identify this zone over here, just like this. This was the zone, okay? So now you can see price did break, then started playing out. The moment price started playing out just like that, I had to see what was happening, and we can see price did consolidate around this zone over here. Let me just mark that, this zone over here. So when price was doing this kind of behavior, of course, I did understand that this was some sort of a correction or just a continuation pattern. So we had this impulse movement, then this was some sort of a correction. So it was just a matter of time before we do take our sell position, okay? So let's continue. So zooming in, I saw something over here. Of course, like I said before, I was waiting for a reversal, okay? Look at this. And then let me draw a trend line over here. So we had this upward movement, of course, and then we had this zone over here. So when you look at that clearly, you can see we had some sort of a reversal that was a double top, right? So with that, just had to identify the immediate low lowest zone, that was the immediate higher low, which was this zone. Okay, from that is when I did execute, taking my sell position at the 1 hour candlestick closure, that right there. Then now my stop loss above now this high, and guess what, targeting the last low, the last low of the market from the daily, like we did identify over here. This was it. You have this zone over here. This was the last low. All right, so this was the target. Okay, so let me show you over here. Let me look out for that Aussie Swiss franc over here. You can see this is it. So that was around October 9th. Right, so the reasons why I did take the trade were these. Sorry, let me get that. Just a minute. Here we go. So this is the reason. Generally we were in a downtrend over here from the daily time frame. The market gave us the third touch on our trend line, that is the daily resistance. Then at the 1 hour, the market also formed a downtrend, and after breaking out the H4 uptrend, okay, price also formed a triple top to give us some bearish momentum. Price continued to consolidate, giving us a continuation pattern. That was a rectangular continuation pattern, which I did just talk about some minutes ago. Then finally the market broke out of that consolidation, right? And you can see, let me just, all right, so this should be after. Okay, so this is after. You can see how late that was. Let me just show you once again. Over here we have before the movement. You can confirm. Oh, come on, that was October 9th. Then after, you can confirm over here October 20th. So it really took some time. You can see this is the zone that I'm talking about, October 20. It really took some time before it played out. Right, so during this period I did also scale in. Right, so after making my first entry over there, I added another sell position around this zone. I believe this is what's up. Okay, I did do that. I added more position, but then of course I did expect some pullbacks. Okay, so with that I also wanted to scale in. So when price continued doing this, I did have scaling in my plans. All right, so I did do that, and then let me just make it more clean. I just wanted price to break out of that immediate low now once again, then execute. That is when I did take my second entry position over here. Stop loss above, of course, and then over here, that was the third entry position. All right, so everything played out nice, and then take profit was smashed, guys. All right, I also send these signals to my Telegram channel. Let me just show you that. All right, so this was the Telegram channel. Let me just see if I can quickly find that Aussie Swiss franc. Okay, let me try to do that. Just a minute. All right, everything was lit. Okay, you can see this is when the scaling in for the third position was playing out. Right, before that, let me just show you something around. Let me just show you something. All right. So this is it. This is before. Right, this is how this is from. So this is before pullback. This is what I was waiting for, and you can see that's what's up. So those are just before everything was clear, everything was nice. All right, and here it is. That was nice. This is it. Aussie Swiss franc just changed character. Here it is. This is the third time I did call out for sale. I said Aussie Swiss franc just changed character, good for sales now, or you can wait for pullbacks. All right, that's what's up. So everything was called out for free. I did not charge anything, and that was what's up. We did hit our take profit. Just a minute, let me just try to find that. Just a minute. Where are you, baby? All right, here we go. Hitting final take profits on Aussie Swiss franc, total 426 pips. 2 weeks later, you can see and that was amazing. All right, so the reason why I also held my position was this reminder that I did right last week or about 2 weeks ago. Remember the 90% rule. So I believe that price needed to complete that 90% rule before doing anything. All right, so that's why I still held on to my position. So that was quite amazing, guys, and that's what's up. And I believe you should consider checking that channel in the link description below. I do send this kind of analysis, and I believe it might help you. All right, so check out my Telegram channel, link in the description, and also consider smashing that subscribe button. All right, gang, adios amigos.